Hey, what's up everybody? It's DJ Jer here with Shop Time, and I am bringing you the brand new Chauvet DJ Intimidator 455z IRC. This is an amazing fixture. I've already got to play with this. I saw this at LDI 2015, and I'm going to walk you through the cool features that this fixture is going to bring to your production. Now, you've probably seen all of the ads that are going out there right now on Facebook and YouTube, and it's saying this light is a beast. It is a beast. 180 watts of LED power that's just going to pierce fog, smoke, whatever haze you have in the air. You know what? This light is so bright, there's times you're not even going to need haze. You're still going to see that beam. So it is a super bright light, but there's a lot of cool features, and I'm going to walk you through all of them. This is the first sneak peek that you will see on this Intimidator 455z. We're going to open the box, and we're going to show you the magic. Okay, so I got the unit out of the box here. Hooked up my Show Express, and what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to plug it in. I'm going to show you the menu options that this unit has. So we're going to give it some power. The cool thing with this fixture, this unit, is you can hear it does have fans basically cooling all of the mechanisms down below. It also has cooling fans on the LED. Now with the fans on the LED, they don't actually run if they don't have to. So if the unit's not getting hot because of the LED, because maybe you have it dimmed down halfway, it basically, again, it's a cooling. It has a sensor that allows it to cool when it needs to, and if it doesn't need to, then it will turn itself off. So this is a 180 watt LED. It is bright, and it does give off some heat. You can actually feel some of the heat from the lens. That's how bright this fixture is. Now, I'm just going to leave the lights on for right now so we can kind of go into some of the menu options. And right now it's just in auto mode. It's just running in auto, so we're going to zoom in here. Okay, so there's a lot of cool features within this fixture in the 455z that I want to show you. First of all, when the fixture is kind of in its rest mode, it basically turns this screen off, so you don't have that annoying screen or that annoying number. It just kind of blends in with the fixture then. But I also want to show you right here, this is the IR sensor. And if you're using the controller, the remote that Chauvet DJ has, it allows you to actually be a computer or a lighting programmer using that remote. So you can kind of create the scenes or use the auto scenes that are built in with the fixture just by using the remote. So you don't have to have a controller, you don't have to have DMX. Are they great options, and can you do more with the controller? Absolutely. So DMX, there's nothing better than DMX. That's just my opinion. So what we're going to do first is we're going to tap into the menu here, and right now it's in manual mode. And I'm going to show you exactly what those modes all mean. But first of all, going into address, we're going to click on that, and you can see that the address is set at 001 right now. It's nice and big, so if you're far away or you're 10 feet away, you don't have to go all the way up there just to see the little numbers that might be, you know, the size of you know, like quarter centimeter or something like that. So the other cool thing, and I'll show you as we get into the menu, you can actually flip this address. So if this fixture is hanging upside down on trussing, it's not going to say 100, it's actually going to say 001. But we'll get into that a little bit more as well. The first thing I want to do is I want to go through the different run modes. Now the run modes, right now it's in DMX, so there's a couple different options when it comes to the DMX. You can do it in 16 or you can do it in 10 channel. And my recommendation is if you're using a moving head, especially this big and this bright, I would recommend doing 16 channel, because I'm pretty sure in 10 channel mode you don't have the option to actually run the dimmer. So make sure you're using this fixture in 16, because otherwise, again, in certain venues, this light is so powerful it's probably going to blow some of your people away. Not literally, but you get me. Okay, so next we're going to go into the slave mode. Now the cool thing with this is there's actually 4 different slave modes that allows it to create delays or create, you know, just that chasing patterns, whether it's movements or colors or you know, gobos. So when you go into this, you can see there's slave 1, slave 2, slave 3, and slave 4. So again, it gives you a couple opportunities in creating some really cool things using slave mode or master slave mode. And then the next thing here is the auto. If you want it just to kind of go through its own thing, you know, yes, I mean, it works. But if you're using a fixture like this, you're probably not going to be using auto mode, because this fixture is next level. But again, that option is there, and you can use that IRC or that IR remote to actually control the autos. Now, sound active is basically going to go with the beat of the music. Again, it's kind of like your auto mode, but it's just going exactly off the music and the beat and everything there. Next part is the IR. That's using the IR remote that we talked about here with this little sensor. And then manual mode. This is one thing I loved about the Chauvet DJ Q-Spot 260 LEDs that I used to have. Actually, I still have them. But that allows you to actually program the fixture. And I'm going to back it up here a little bit. So when I start moving the pan tilt, and I will show you this, I'll zoom back into it. Whoops. If I start programming the pan, it will actually move the fixture. So it has this feature where the control panel actually becomes your control board. So a really cool thing, like I said, you can use these in kind of a standalone type setting. And here it is, you can see as you control it, you can't see because I'm trying to get the menu and the fixture doing, you know, you can see them both at the same time, but you can't. But this is, you know, when I'm moving the pan, it's actually panning the fixture. There's pan fine, basically everything that you're going to see in your control with DMX, you're going to be able to control it here. So there's going to be Gobo 2, there's the prism, focus, dimmer, shutter. So the nice thing about this is you can actually use these again in a standalone setting. And we use them all the time when we're doing like a corporate event and we need just a panning logo. I don't have to hook up a DMX board. I can just run these in standalone. So very cool feature. I think a lot of you guys will like that. The next one is, oh, that's it through the running modes. So now we're going to go into setup, and I'm going to show you the detail options that you have in setup. So pan reverse. Basically, if you program something and you know, you have the programming set for one way, and then all of a sudden you're in a different venue and you need to flip it, you can actually change the pan tilt reverse. And then also we talked about the screen reverse. If you're flipping it upside down, you can flip it. You can flip this screen as well, so you don't have to try and read it upside down. Pan angle, a really cool thing that you can use to basically focus on your dance floor, or you don't need it to go the whole, you know, the whole distance around when it spins. You want it to focus on a certain amount. So this is, you know, over 360. That's going to be about 1.5 turns that it's going to give you the flexibility on. So the pan angle, the tilt angle, same thing. And this is something I really love. It's the totem mode that they put into this. So if you put this on a totem and you want it to be up, if you want it to aim up on the totem, then you can make it focus on just shooting above your crowd. If you want it to aim down into your group, when it's in totem mode, you can actually make it aim down into your group. So, and then you can also turn that off if you want to actually just have complete control over it. So some really cool things with that. Going down, sensitivity is going to be the built-in microphone. And then reset, if you start programming in here and you really screw things up, just hit that reset or factory reset. And that'll just kind of take it back to where you need to go. So that's kind of the rundown in the menu. Again, a lot of great features in the menu this time. I think some of the things that aren't in the 355Z, but again, you're getting the next level when it comes to this fixture. So we're going to hook up our Show Express. We're going to run this in DMX mode, and we're going to show you all the bells and whistles on why this is your go-to fixture for 2016. Okay, so the first feature I want to show you is obviously the zoom feature. When you hear the 455Z, the Z means zoom. So what you have right here, this is as wide as the angle of the beam will go. Now if you want to tighten it up, the zoom, again, I'm using Show Express to actually show you some of the features here, but as soon as you use that zoom, what it does is it tightens up that beam. What that's going to allow us to do as lighting designers is actually do beam beats. So if you want to go with the beat of the music, or if you want to do some chases, you can actually use the zoom feature now. So again, a really cool thing I love about the 455Z. The 355Z also has that zoom feature, but again, this is going to that next level. If you're looking at getting to the next step in production or larger events, great fixture to use. So the zoom feature is a really great feature. It also has, of course, the tri-prism. We're going to break that up here. And let's put a Gobo in there so we can actually see, let's see. Actually, this is a really cool one. It's the pink glass Gobo they have in there. Now we're going to have to use the focus to actually focus that. And now you can see the different white beams that are coming off of that. And gives it a really cool look. So if you're doing a, into the crowd, if this is on the ground, you can see what it does with the beams. You can see the purples, you can see the whites. Let's go into some of the other Gobos we have in this fixture. Again, just creating simple movements is really going to add a lot when you're using any haze. There's a really cool one as well. Again, you can see all the different beams and such that kind of go into that. We're going to add a little bit more haze here, a little light haze. And the color wheel, of course. Throwing in different color options. It also has a split color, which I really like as well. So we had that Gobo that was pink and white. Well, now we're actually just using a white Gobo, or the regular Gobo, but we're adding some blues in there. So you can kind of see on my hand, you can see the blue, and you can see those white mixing. So obviously the Gobo itself is projecting that image, but the beam is what really creates a really cool effect in that fog. The last thing that I really want to talk about in this, again, is that dimmer. Being able to dim that down, because when you're working at certain places, 180 watts might be a little too much. So dimming it down is going to give you a nice feature. Using that in a 16-channel mode in DMX. So the last thing I want to show you here is the Gobo morphing. So what you're doing is with the double Gobo wheel, which to me is the #1 feature of this fixture. The 180 watt LED obviously is a really important feature, but the Gobo morphing you can do, the Gobo overlays you can do with using both of those Gobo wheels is going to really open up your production level. So here what we're doing is we're actually using the 2 Gobo wheels. We have one pattern, and then we have another pattern right underneath it or over the top of it. And what we're doing is we're actually zooming, or we're focusing that difference on one Gobo wheel to the next Gobo wheel. So here you see the first Gobo, and then as we change the focus, and again you can do this right in the middle of your productions, as we change the focus, you can now see that second Gobo. Now the other cool thing is by putting rotation on the one Gobo, you actually get some movement in the background. Let's see, there we go. Now you actually get movement in the background on top of your other Gobo. So you can kind of create some really cool patterns to kind of go along with that. And by changing the focus on that, we can actually focus on the other Gobo. And that is what a Gobo morph is. Now, again, I'm always one of those that likes to play around. You can see, or likes to play around with some different features. And just by changing it out of focus, you can create a whole different pattern or a whole different texture. So again, the Gobo morphing, the Gobo overlaying, one of the coolest things that you'll be able to do with the 455Z. Alright guys, so this is my full review on the new Chauvet DJ 455Z Intimidator. I think you guys are going to love this. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at jeremy@djjershoptime.com. Again, this is DJ Jer here with the most beautiful Intimidator 455Z by Chauvet DJ. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.